Hello, everyone. My name is Seth, and today I'm going to have a rant about movie theater etiquette. I believe there's nothing quite like going to a movie theater and experiencing a movie just with a crowd all together, like you're there for one purpose. The huge screen, the sound, I'm sorry. I understand people have amazing home setups and everything. It's just, there's just something special about going to a theater. And I think a lot of the other movie fans would agree with me. And that's why sometimes it seems like now more often than not, a lot of people and their movie theater etiquette has really gotten on my nerves. And so that's kind of what this video is going to be about today. But before I go any farther, go ahead and like this video, hit subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you can receive notifications for when I upload my next video. It seems like, I guess before, everything got shut down a few years ago, mostly what I had to worry about is, oh, is somebody maybe going to check their phone? Or mostly, oh, I wonder if this movie's going to be good. I hope it's good. We'll see. But now it seems like every time I go to the theater, I'm nervous because I don't want to have to deal with disruptions. I don't want to have to deal with just really disrespectful people. And that's really kind of the big underlying theme of all this. Before everything got shut down a couple years ago, I think my worst theater experience, and I really can only think of one, was going to see Knives Out. And it wasn't even that bad for the whole movie because I think they kind of felt that I kept glancing over at them, but there were these two older women who were sitting a couple seats down from us, and they just kept commenting on things. Like, they were just sitting in their living room, it was like, oh, look at all that mail, or like, oh, look at the bananas sitting there on there. Those are going to go bad soon. You better make a banana pudding. I'm like, it was stuff like that. I'm like, are you serious? But that was by far the worst movie theater experience I'd had basically really in my life up until, everything got shut down. And I really can't think of anything else past then. I know occasionally somebody would check their phone. I do remember one time at Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, at the very beginning, there was somebody who was trying to take pictures of the screen with the flash on, but that person got kicked out real quick. It was really only about like 2 or 3 minutes. Somebody must have went up, got a manager or something. But those are really like the only things I can think of. However, recently there's been so many just disruptions every time. It's really been every single time we went to a movie recently. I think one that just stood out in my mind that really made me want to switch, going from an AMC theater to the Regal that's near me. We had a kind of a string of bad experiences with Regal, but I don't know if I mentioned it in my Ant-Man and the Wasp review or not, but that was awful. There were like a group, I'm guessing they were teenagers, probably like 17, 16, something like that. They were sitting the row behind me, and they just thought they were Jerry Seinfeld on steroids. I mean, they were trying to make jokes throughout the whole movie, constant talking, and I had to go get a manager. I've never done that before. I've never gotten out of my seat during a movie, go get a manager and say, hey, these people are being super disruptive. I've never had to do that before, but I had to do it with Ant-Man and the Wasp. And then with Shazam, Fury of the Gods, there was just random chatter all over. Somebody brought a baby, and this was a late showing, so why would you bring like a 5-month-old to a movie that started at 8:30 at night? And Then there were a few kids in front of us toward the end of the movie. Their parents just let them get up and run up and down the aisles. Of course, there were people checking their phone. And then, of course, Black Panther. There was this guy sitting next to me who was on his phone the entire movie. The whole movie. He did not put his phone away. He was scrolling on his phone the whole movie. I kept, turning over, shooting him glances, hoping he would get the message, but he didn't. I hate confrontation. That's why I'm sitting here complaining about it to you in front of a camera. Like, I hate confrontation. I really do. And I really don't want to have to go out and get a manager and whatever, because honestly, I don't really blame the theaters for this. I guess they hold a little bit of a blame, but I don't really blame them too much for it. But a lot of them, at least around here, are understaffed, so they can't really have people come in and check and see if people are behaving, which you shouldn't have to, but you can't really go in and see if people are behaving. And really, if I go get a manager, I mean, I've never really seen a manager kick somebody out, even though I mentioned with the Dawn of the Planet of the Apes years ago, I never actually saw that person come get escorted out or removed or anything. So I don't really know how much going and getting a manager is going to do anything, because it certainly didn't do anything in Ant-Man and the Wasp. When I went to go get somebody, they didn't come in. Nobody came in. I mean, nobody did anything. And then I think probably the best movie-going experience I've had all this year was with Scream 6. Maybe the girl sitting next to me got out her phone during the movie. And I understand there might be an emergency. Like, you feel your phone buzz like a million times, like constantly. You might need to check it. Okay, I get it. But being on it constantly, which is what I've seen a lot of people do, is just completely rude and unacceptable. It just is. And same thing with talking throughout the whole movie. I understand the whole, you've seen these videos like No Way Home and in-game, like theater reactions, like some of that. Okay, that's fine. But that's not what this is. It's somebody just sitting there talking to their buddy just at a normal conversation level. It's like, no, shut up. Watch the movie. Like, that's what you're here for. Another kind of not great experience was with The Little Mermaid. Again, somebody brought just a little tiny baby. They cried every time Ursula was on screen. And thankfully, it wasn't that bad during the movie, maybe for the first 5 minutes, but there was a ton of chatter behind me. And you know how if you go to like a baseball game or something, you just hear kind of the chatter of the crowd. It was like that. I've never heard a theater like that before. Never. Thankfully, it quieted down like the first 5 minutes of the movie. Didn't have much of an issue with that, other than the baby crying. And then, of course, a few people were here and there were taking out their phones and texting and everything. And I guess really, again, one of the things that kind of prompted me to make this video, when we went to go see Across the Spider-Verse, these two guys next to me were just talking and talking and talking. And at one point, this dude literally sat his phone face up on the little tray that attaches to your seat. Like, he had his phone out the whole movie. He was texting, he was scrolling, and I got so frustrated with those two guys talking. Again, like I said, I hate confrontation. So they probably heard me, which at that point I was so frustrated. I was like, if they hear me or not, I don't care. Under my breath, quietly, I just kind of looked over at them and said, will you two just shut up and watch the movie? And I didn't hear much conversation from them after that, but still, the phone thing. And there was somebody down the front who got out their phone probably every 5 minutes. And all of this just to say, why is this going on? This is just really annoying. It's really just disrespectful to everybody around you. You go to a theater for one reason, and that's to watch a movie. If you're going to talk throughout the whole thing, if you're going to be on your phone throughout the whole thing, save your $15 and do it at home. That way, you won't disturb anybody, and you're not spending money to go sit in a dark room with a movie playing while you're on your phone. You can do that at home for free. If you really have to do something, go to Redbox and rent a movie. I don't care, but it's just so incredibly disrespectful and it's so frustrating. I shouldn't have to worry every time I go into a movie theater if I'm gonna have to experience people talking or people on their phone for the whole movie, kids running up and down the aisle and trying to jump on chairs and things like that. Like frankly, that's unacceptable. And I don't know, maybe I'm just talking into a void right now. I'm sure there has to be other people that feels the same way that I do. I don't know what the answer is. I know there's a few movie theater chains like the Alamo Drafthouse where they are very strict. Like they will escort you out. There's people, from what I've heard, there's people in there who will escort you out. If they catch you on your phone, if they catch you talking, they'll give you a warning, and then if they see you do it again, they'll escort you out. I would love for that to be the standard practice of every single movie theater. And I don't really know what has to change in order for that to happen, I guess, at a corporate level for like AMC or Regal or wherever, Cinemark, just wherever. I don't know what is going to have to happen at a corporate level. I don't know if anything can happen. But one thing I will say is please be aware of your surroundings when you're in a movie theater. Like you're there with a whole bunch of other people for one reason and one reason only, and that's to watch whatever movie you just paid for. And so just please be respectful. It just seems like it's a lack of respect for other people. And so I guess that's all I have. I really hope this issue kind of clears up at some point in the future going forward. I don't want to have to worry about, is my movie going experience going to be an absolute train wreck because of everybody around me? I shouldn't have to worry about that, but I mean, here we are. I'm hoping at some point in the future that will change. We'll see. So yeah, that's it. If you have any bad theater stories, go ahead and share that in the comment section below. I would love to hear it. And if you have any really good experiences, go ahead and share that too. Maybe I need to find that theater and go to it. I don't know, but let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know if you feel the same way I do. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for just letting me get this off of my chest. Again, I really appreciate it. Thank you for humoring me through this. Go ahead and like this video, hit subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you can receive notifications when I upload my next video. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, just to stay connected at CinemaSeth, and I'll see you next time.